Welcome to the Wolf's super full moon on this winter's snowy day. I've got snow here where I live, and I've just risen myself. Still got jet lag from travelling back from my holidays. So yeah, my time's a bit off, but I'll get back there. Just takes a few more days. But yeah, got the downloads to come on and talk about the wolf moon that we're in. And wolves, they're very majestic animals, they can survive any environment. They've got that instinct, that inbuilt instinct to survive, self-preservation. They also communicate with their packs. They are highly intelligent. They're loyal, to the pack, teamwork, collective survival. They also pass their skills down. They adapt to their environments, and they're resilient in the face of extreme conditions. They've evolved to withstand even the most harshest extreme conditions, their environment. Beautiful, majestic creatures. So that was the automatic writing that came through. I'll just speak a little bit more on the automatic writing. I'll get into the cards and the crystals that I've paired with them. So yeah, the wolf, the wolf moon, what it represents. So renewal, reflection, community. Spirit says wolves hunt in packs. They find their strengths in their packs, their community. They're stronger in packs. Hence why the strength card came out. And before that, the wolf. Two wolves howling at the moon. Card came out. So yeah, that's why the strength card came out straight after the wolf card. Also the fool. Spirit says, don't be afraid to take that leap. I speak about the fool, and I've been the fool many times, still a fool. The bravest are the fools. You're jumping into that unknown. There's that cliff there, and you're raising your head held high, and you're going to take that leap no matter where you land. That's brave, that's courageous, So Spirit's saying, don't be afraid to take that next step on your journey, but in a pack. Become that wolf pack, collaborate with your community, find friendships, relationships, find your pack. Don't dwell on the past hurt, Spirit says. Let go and open your heart to the new. Friendships, family, love, and keep going. You've come this far, Spirit says. Keep going. If you're resonating with this reading, you've got that strength inside already. So Spirit knows that you're strong enough to keep taking these big leaps into the unknown, and yeah, keep going, find your pack. You're not on your own on this journey. That's one thing I do know, is that yes, it's a solitary journey of healing and deep introspection, and nobody can do that for you. That is ultimately up to you. But along the way, you find your strength, and you take that leap and you keep pushing through, and then you find your pack. You find people that you relate to, that relate to you. You come together in a community, and you find your pack. So it gets lonelier, is what I'm saying. It is lonely at times, I will not lie. It is a very lonely, solitary path. The spiritual awakening is your awakening, nobody else's. It's up to you. You know, you decide, you take these leaps, you find your own strength. Nobody can find that for you. So yeah, keep going, you know, give yourself self-love, compassion. The Spirit also says, what you give, you get. You know, I speak about this too. Yeah, what you speak, you create. What you think, you create. You are the creator of your own lives. You know, we are our storytellers. We are the narrator. It's up to us. You know, when we take this leap, how we navigate, you know. There's many leaps that you have to take on the spiritual awakening path. Many. You know, just when you feel like you've took the biggest leap of your life, along comes another. It's all about growth. It's all about, you know, building you up so strong that, yeah, you know, the veil falls away also. The veil starts disintegrating, you know, all that that's been holding us back, that starts to fall away, and you find this strength in you never knew you had. Like, I don't mean just surface strength, I mean inner strength, the true core strength of you, you know. And that's when you find your pack. Also, you start attracting your pack into you, you know. You start finding others on this path that you can, yeah, resonate with and relate to. So, yeah, you know, Spirit says, think before you, you know, take action. You know, what you think, you create. What you speak, you create. And that, you know, creates your outer world, you know. Your inner world creates your outer world. What you think, what you speak, what you know, you attract to you, that creates your outer world, taking you to this 10 of Pentacles. So, you know, if you think good, if you think you are abundant, if you think you have the life you've always dreamed of, not just material goals, but, you know, deep happiness, peace, security, you will have it. If you think you are not going to have this life, if you think you can't reach the goals that you've set for yourself, it will go that way also. What you think, you create. What you speak, you create. You are spellcasting all the time. Words are spellcasting. I spoke about this so many times. That's the way it is. But 10 of Pentacles. All of this, you know, finding your strength, taking that leap, will lead you to your 10 of Pentacles. Why? Well, you start understanding more that, you know, it's not just about you. You know, the strength that you find inside yourself is not just to be kept to self. It's about to help others, you know. And yeah, there's risk involved. You know, you do have to take this leap to get to your 10 of Pentacles. You can't just wake up one morning and you're in your 10 of Pentacles. No, you've got to do the healing. You've got to find your pack. You've got to work with community. You know, you've got to share with community also. You know, these gifts that you find inside yourself when you go on this journey and you take the Fool's journey. You retrieve gifts, you know, inside yourself, soul gifts, spirit gifts. That's where, you know, you share out with the community. It's what we're here for. You know, it's not to be kept to self. I also speak about that. So Spirit says, you know, the wolf moon, super full moon. It's time of reflection. How far you've come, how much you've achieved. You know, the Strength card came up for a reason, because, you know, you're courageous, you're bold, you've took that leap, you've achieved so much. You know, you're heading towards your 10 of Pentacles. That's within your grasp because of how much you've achieved so far. You know, look back at the year just gone, 2025, and reflect. Spirit's saying it's a time of, you know, deep reflection. And, you know, yeah, looking back at all that you've achieved and how far you've come and how far you want to go also. You know, there's another leap coming up, you know. I feel there's another leap for me coming up on my path. I never stop leaping, you know. That is because I know these leaps, although scary, yes, very, very scary. I've took some leaps on my journey in my 7 years or more now. I took some leaps where they could have, well, they have shaken my life completely up, you know. It's been like a, yeah, it's that tower, you know. But these leaps have brought the towers in time after time after time. But even in my deepest, darkest lows, shall I say, I've took these leaps. Why? Not to punish myself, you know, because no, this path punishes you enough. But it's not a punishment, this path. That's one thing I do know. You feel like it's a punishment when you're in it, when you're doing that deep transformation, when you're finding more strength inside yourself. But I know this path now, like the back of my hand, you know. That what you think is punishment, it's not. It's spirit rewarding you, you know. It's bringing back your strength. You know, that's not punishment. When you find the deep strength inside you, and I'm talking about real strength, not surface strength, just real core soul strength, where you let your soul lead the way, not the human self, you know, not the ego mind, the strength that you never knew you had inside you. Yeah, it's all leading you to that. It's not punishment, this path. It's leading to your 10 of Pentacles, you know, being free. I've also noticed there's a wolf on this card. I didn't notice that before. I've just noticed it now. Yeah, spirit, you know, coming through. Yeah, didn't notice that. Yeah. No, there's 2 on this card. There's a pack. Well, there's 3 with the wolf. It's community. You know, the dancing, the carefree. They've got that freedom. They've got that, all them pentacles around them. So, yeah, so you've achieved a lot so far. So reflect on the year so far, what you've achieved, and be proud of how far you have come, Spirit says. And yeah, your 10 of Pentacles, that's leading you to the life that, you know, you dream of. Not just material wealth, but you know, wealth in other ways, you know, in self, like in strength in self, in peace in self, you know. There's different ideas, you know, of what wealth means. Yeah, material gains, yes, we all need that, you know, in the world that we live in. But peace, you can't put a price on peace. Can't put a price on your freedom, also, being free. But financial security, yes, we all know that is important in this earthly realm. And the crystals I paired it with, so I chose Moonstone for the wolf card. And Moonstone, you know, it's connection to the moon, cycles, goddess, and healing energies of the moon. So it's perfect to work when the moon's full. I also chose Amethyst to bring in that intuition. Again, also perfect, you know, for working with the moons and connection to spirit at this time. And then I paired the Strength card with Tiger's Eye. Tiger's Eye is, you know, strength and determination, courage, you know, being bold, taking that next step, taking that leap on your journey. Spirit says, don't stop here. You've come so far. You've achieved so much. And then I paired the Fool with Citrine. And Citrine brings in that sunny energy, wards off negativity, brings in joy, luck, prosperity. You know, it's just that you know, we're in winter, so we're in like a hibernation period, I call it. You know, everyone goes in the cells in winter time, don't they? Reflection. That's what this moon's about. How far you've come. So citrine, you know, it also brings in that energy, you know, we need in the winter months where we might feel a bit sluggish after too much partying. Yes. I can't say I've partied too hard because of my spiritual path. I've give up alcohol. And I never thought I'd say that. You know, I might have the odd one, maybe once, twice a year, but I knew, you know, because of my meditations and, yeah, my spiritual awakening and the path that I'm on, I knew that I would eventually give up alcohol. It just did not agree with me anymore, with the path that I'm on. Do I miss it? No, I really don't. I don't miss socialising and getting drunk and those hangovers like I used to have. No. I do miss socialising because obviously this path can be quite lonely and isolating. Not going to lie there. I do miss the socialising, but I don't miss the drinking with the socialising. I'd like the socialising without the drinking. And, you know, this year, yeah, I'm going to socialise more. Spirit's saying to get out more. And, yeah, community more. Come out of that isolation. And I think I'm going to leave it there. But I'll be back on later tonight. And, well, pretty soon, actually, I'm going to do the video on the wolf moon for Reiki and light language. And yeah, like, just reflect on how far you've come so far and where you want to go next, you know, that leap you're going to take next. Don't stop now, Spirit says. You can achieve your dreams. You can achieve this 10 of Pentacles. But, yeah, keep taking those leaps. Be brave enough, be courageous enough like this lion to take that leap. These steps create, you know, these 10 of Pentacles eventually. And I shall leave it there. And happy wolf moon. I'll speak to you all soon. Bye.